Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Welcome back to Fred's Garage. This is Fred. What a beautiful day here in Florida. Now listen, I'll be the first to tell you, between June and September, it is ungodly hot here. These mid 90s, high 90s. My top panels are going to stay on all summer long. I'm not taking them off. But now it's October. So from October to May, it's beautiful in Florida. You wake up to the mid 60s, it goes up to the high 70s, low 80s, little breeze. It's perfect. So these top panels are going to stay off for the next 10 months, as long as it's not raining. And I had a problem. My problem is, what was I going to do with them? I don't want to put them in the house. I don't want to just leave them in the garage somewhere where they can get damaged. And I definitely don't want to leave them outside. So I wasn't really sure what to do with them to keep them safe. So I came up with a great storage rack solution that I want to share with you guys. I think you're going to like it. I tell you what, let's head back to the garage and I'll show it to you. All right, you ready to see it? Let me show it to you. There she comes. So what do you think? Let me bring you in closer. The best part about this whole system is it protects it, keeps it out of the way, and I didn't have to cut anything really. All I really needed was a drill, some anchors, and put everything up here. It's very easy to do. Let me show you how it works. Here's the front storage bags. I got two straps that support it, okay? So we're gonna take the one strap off. And then I have a backup strap just because I'm anal. I don't want to take any chances of that falling. And we take our panels, put them out of the way. And now we got the middle section, okay? It's on there good. Made this little latch here. All we do is twist it. The panel will come right off. The panel will come right off. And we put it to the side. And there she is. Now I'll show you how I made it. And it probably cost you less than $50, but it's perfect. So let's take you in real close and then I'll show you how to make it. All right. So I made it with what I had laying around. I didn't go to the store and buy anything. But I'm going to show you how I'd make it if I did go to the store and buy some lumber. I used a 1x3 by 8 foot long, so I didn't have to cut it. On the bottom here, I used another 1x3 by 8, use a 2x6. And the bottom I had two 2x4 legs for added support. Some people might say I don't need the legs, it might be overkill, but let me tell you, coming home and finding those panels on the ground cracked or scratched, now that's definitely overkill. So the sturdier the better, in my opinion, okay? And then I have this furniture pad, which I stapled to the 1x3, and I use some liquid nails. Liquid nails is a is a caulking glue, is a glue, and that holds it on here to protect the soft pad. You can buy a bag for the middle section. I don't know why Ford gives you bags for the front section, but not the middle section. But you could buy a bag. There'll be some in the description below. But this will protect the middle section, okay? So let's head over to the bench and I'll show you how I made it. Alrighty, now that we're at the table, I can show it to you real good. I made this nice little mock-up to show you to make it easy. As you can see here, my support leg is a 2x4. Behind it is a 2x3 that's bolted to the wall and a 2x6 that lays on top of it, okay? So let me turn to the side so you can see it even better. This is where you're going to want to pause the video, just take a look at this. So we have the support leg, 2x4. 2x3 secured to the wall, 2x6 resting on top of the 2x3 and the support leg, and on top of it, some foam padding. You can use rug, whatever you have around the house. Like I said, I didn't buy anything. This is just stuff I had around the house. What I use for this foam padding, believe it or not, is a old yoga mat my wife had. I hope she doesn't still need it. But I cut it up. They fit perfect, and they're inexpensive. You can buy a yoga mat for less than $10, and it'll just to protect the top panel from sitting on the wood, okay? So let's talk about securing it. If you are going to secure it to a wooden wall that has studs and drywall, or maybe it doesn't have drywall, what I would use is 3.5-inch self-drilling deck screws, okay? Here's one right here. And what I would do is I would put this deck screw into my stud, through the drywall into the stud, okay? And that will hold that real well. I would probably just put 4 of them in the 8-foot run. Now, let's talk about studs real quick. I know a lot of you know all about this, but some people might not. Studs typically are what's called 16 inches on center. So from here to here, it's 16 inches. And if you look at your ruler, you will see at the 16-inch mark, it's red. At the 32-inch mark, it's red. That's so the ruler tells you where the stud should be. What you want to do is find yourself a stud to put the screw in, okay? And then once you find the one stud, you can measure down the length of the 8 feet of the board, okay? You don't want the stud in the drywall. The drywall isn't strong enough to support that weight. It's pretty heavy. I don't know if anybody has taken off those panels, but the 3 of them together are pretty heavy. And you don't want the screw in here like this, okay? So find a stud and then go 16 inches down on the board, okay? Now, in my case, I have a concrete wall, concrete block wall. So let's pretend that this is a concrete block wall, okay? So what am I going to do? How am I going to get this wood to stick into that concrete block wall? What I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 3/4 what's called Tapcons. Tapcons is a brand name. They come in multiple brands, but this is what a Tapcon looks like, okay? It's basically a screw that's made to hold on to concrete. You probably, if you look around your house, if you look at the electrical or whatever's secured to the side of your house, if it's concrete, you'll have these things, Tapcons, okay? Tapcons. So what you have to do when you have Tapcons is you need to have the appropriate concrete bit that'll drill into the concrete for the Tapcon, okay? And when you drill your bit into the Tapcon, what you want to do is you want to measure the distance you have to go, okay? So you know you have to go, say, 3 inches here and into the concrete. You want your drill to be at least 1/4 inch deeper than the Tapcon. You need to have space for the Tapcon to go in. You don't want the Tapcon to be jammed up against the block and then never secure itself, okay? you're going to do is you're going to get your concrete drill. You're going to drill the hole into the block, 1/4 inch deeper than this will be. You're going to take that out, and you're going to either blow the dust out of there or use a vacuum and suck the dust out of there. You don't want to leave the dust in there because that'll jam up the Tapcon. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your 2x3, okay? You're going to get a drill bit. It's going to be a little bit bigger than the shaft of the Tapcon, okay? And you're going to drill a hole into your wood because the Tapcon is not made to drill into wood, and the masonry bit is not made to drill into wood, okay? So once you drill it in there and you get the Tapcon in, now you're going to secure your Tapcon like so to the block, okay? Now, I want to make sure that I have as much support as possible. I am going to use some sort of adhesive. So I'm going to get my 2x3. I'm going to get my project adhesive. This happens to be liquid nails, but it comes in multiple different companies make project adhesive. And I'm going to run a zigzag bead on the back of my 2x3. And then once I have that, I'm going to put my 2x3 on and then secure my Tapcon into the concrete block. And that just helps with the adhesive holding. Once you have that on, and you make sure that 2x3 is level, you want your little bubble to be in the middle. Because if this 2x3 is not level, then your whole project will not be level, okay? Once you get that 2x3 secured, all you have to do is put in 4, should be plenty, of the deck screws into the 2x3. That's excessive. You can get away with a 3-inch, 3 1/4. But this is what I have. I only want to buy one box, and that's what I'm going to use, okay? And I'm also, wherever wood touches wood, I'm going to add a little bead of construction adhesive. And then I'm going to get one screw, and I'm going to stick it right through here into that support leg. So now my bottom's done. The padding, you either can put some glue under it, you can put some of this liquid nails under it, and throw the yoga mat on top, or you can throw a couple staples. It doesn't really need much to hold it. It's just there to protect the hard top. Now, I'm going to show you the magical number. All right, the magic number. Here it comes. Ready? 41 inches. Let's get it out of the sun. 41 inches. That is the height between the bottom of this, the pad. That is the height between the pad and the upper support 2x3. Okay? The upper support 2x3. Let's go back to the wall and I'll show you the upper support 2x3. Okay, so this is the middle panel. Okay? So if we measure the middle panel from the bottom all the way to the top, you're going to come up to 40 and a half inches. Okay? 40 and a half inches. So you need this opening to be a minimum of 41. You can go 41 and a half. You can go 42 because you're going to have the structure on the top to hold this panel. But it needs to be no lower than 41 because you need to have the room for this middle section, which is 40 and a half inches. Let's move this out of the way and we'll talk about that. Okay, so we still haven't cut one piece of wood. Haven't needed to. Once we measure our section, we're going to put this on top, minimum of 41. We're going to secure it to the wall with construction adhesive and your Tapcons. And you're going to make sure that it's also level. Okay? What I did is I got this furniture pad. I used some of that contact adhesive. I stapled it under here and I glued it on the wall. okay? Then I made this nifty little latch to hold the panel. All you have to do is get a 9-inch piece of 2x3. I strapped some extra strapping to protect the panel. I drilled a hole in the middle, and I used 2.5-inch wood screw. I pre-drilled it. I drilled this in, and I used a washer. So there it is. That holds that, allows that to pivot, okay? Make sure when you drill the hole in here, it's smaller than your wood screw. Let me show you how easy this works. We bring the panel, rest the panel on the yoga mat. If you look at the top of the panel, it has a little embossment here, a little piece that sticks out. That's what helps hold it on the Bronco. So what we're going to do is we're just going to flip that down, and that's going to hold it right there. The yoga mat will hold it on the bottom, and that'll hold it on the top. If you're concerned about the bottom falling out, you can always add 2 little pieces of 2x3, screw them in from the bottom just to make a little structure. But I don't feel it's going anywhere unless somebody hits it. Now my furniture pad doesn't go all the way down because I have the bags for the front. And what I did here was very simple. I had a strap. Okay? I cut the strap about 10 inches up here, folded it, and put a wood screw with a washer. And that holds the top. And I did the same thing here. I measured the length I needed, wood screw with a washer, holds the bottom. I added an extra strap to hold the handle just to be doubly secure, okay? So this is what holds the bags. Let me show you how this works. We rest that up there. I use this strap, feed it through the handles of the bag, and secure it. Then I take this strap, feed it across the front of the bag, secure it, cinch it, and we're done. I think it came out pretty good. It's protected. As long as I don't drive into it with the car, I'm fine. But hey, that's all there is. But anyways, I hope you liked this video. There's plenty more to come. Please subscribe, hit the like button, the notification button. And I have several videos coming. I'm going to try to do 1 video a week, mostly out on Thursday or Friday, and 2 shorts a week, okay? So I wish you guys the best. If you have any comments, if you have any ways to improve it, please leave it in the if you have any ways to improve this, please leave it in the comments. And you guys have a great day.